Today we're taking a look at the Cleveland Cavaliers vs Sacramento Kings match, which is happening on Saturday, March 27, 2021 at 8:05 p.m., and giving you my betting tips and predictions in general on this game. Welcome back to High Stakes. Let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos. It's an interconference battle Saturday night as Cleveland Cavaliers head to California, where they will take on the Sacramento Kings at the Golden One Center in Sacramento. The Cavaliers head into this game having just lost to the Lakers in Los Angeles Friday night, 108-99, whereas Sacramento scored a big win over Pacific Division rivals Golden State, 141-119 on Thursday. This is the second and final game between the two teams this season, with Sacramento winning the first game in Cleveland less than a week ago, 119-105. The two teams met on Monday in Cleveland in their first matchup of the season in a 14-point Kings win, as the Cavaliers look for revenge in the rematch. Since the Kings game, the Cavaliers beat the Bulls but lost in LA to the Lakers, while the Kings have strung together 2 straight wins to make it 3 straight overall, taking down the Hawks and Warriors. With the winning streak, the Kings now find themselves only 3.5 games back from the last spot in the Western Conference playoffs, and will look to keep the strong run going. The Cleveland Cavaliers have been in a rut lately as they've lost 7 of their past 10 games, and they will be hoping to bounce back after last night's 100-86 road loss to the shorthanded Lakers. Larry Nance Jr. led the team with 17 points, 10 rebounds and 5 assists. Darius Garland added 14 points with 5 assists, while Jarrett Allen chipped in with 13 points, 11 rebounds and 5 assists. As a team, the Cavaliers shot just 38% from the field and a miserly 5 of 26 from the three-point line as they fought hard to take the lead at halftime, before watching their hard work go down the drain in the third quarter, where the Lakers outscored them by 28-10. Garland shot just 6 of 17 from the field. Sadie Osman shot just 2 of 8, while Broderick Thomas scored just 5 points on 0 of 7 shooting. They have not been able to put together 2 wins in a row over their last 10 games, going 4-6 and trading wins for losses over their last 6 matches. The Cavaliers are currently in 12th place in the Eastern Conference with a 17-28 record and are 4 games behind the Miami Heat for the 8th spot. They will have to play the rest of their season without the services of center Andre Drummond, who, despite numerous efforts to be traded, was bought out instead on Friday, ending the relationship between the Cavs and the 27-year-old. With the trade deadline coming and going, Cleveland did not add any key pieces, but with the team trying to rebuild around Colin Sexton, Jarrett Allen, and Darius Garland, that is no surprise. Unfortunately, the Cavs have not had Sexton the last 2 games due to a hamstring injury, and he's listed as questionable for Saturday's game. Cleveland had very few bright spots on Friday night, but former Lakers forward Larry Nance Jr. had a solid game with a team-high 17 points, 10 rebounds and 5 assists on 7-15 shooting. Allen had another double-double with 13 points, 11 rebounds, while Garland dropped 14 points and gave out 5 assists. If Sexton sits for this game, Garland will have to pick up the slack as he's the second best scorer on the team, averaging 16.6 points and 5.9 assists while shooting 40.6% from behind the arc. Allen is looking like a great pickup for the Cavaliers with averages of 13.3 points, 9.9 boards, and 1.7 blocks on 64.1% from the floor. Cleveland needs all the help it can get on offense, as their 103.6 points per game is the worst in the NBA. The Sacramento Kings look for a win after winning 5 of their last 6 games. The Sacramento Kings are averaging 115.1 points on 48.3% shooting and allowing 119 points on 49% shooting. De'Aaron Fox is averaging 24.6 points and 3.4 rebounds, while Buddy Hield is averaging 16.8 points and 3.3 assists. Harrison Barnes is the third double-digit scorer, and Richaun Holmes is grabbing 8.8 rebounds. The Sacramento Kings are shooting 36.5% from beyond the arc and 73.2% from the free throw line. The Sacramento Kings are allowing 39.2% shooting from deep and are grabbing 42.6 rebounds per game. The Kings come into Saturday's home game filled with confidence after winning 3 games in a row and beating this same Cavaliers team by 14 on the road last week. The Kings' offense has been incredible of late, including scoring 141 points last time out against the Warriors. Even prior to Monday's game with Cleveland, the Kings have continued to look more and more like a potential playoff team, after hanging around with the Hornets and winning back-to-back games against the Celtics and Wizards. Entering Saturday night, they're 6-4 in their last 10 games and have been able to welcome some players back from injuries and find some health within their first and second units. So here are my betting suggestions for that game. Looking at the betting trends, the Cavaliers are 3-12 ATS in their last 15 road games, 7-3 ATS in their last 10 games against a team with a losing record, and 8-18 ATS in their last 26 games overall. The Cleveland Cavaliers are on the end of a back-to-back, and they completely fell apart in the second half against the Lakers, showing once again that they're a tough team to back. Halliburton and Fox will have their way against the Cavs on both sides of the ball, and then combine that with the Kings' surrounding pieces, who both might be the best player on the Cavs, and it has the makings of a long night for Cleveland. My first betting advice for that game is to pick Kings -7. Head-to-head, the under is 4-1 in the last 5 meetings overall, and the Cavaliers are 0-6 ATS in the last 6 meetings overall. The Cavaliers are 3-12 ATS in their last 15 road games and 8-18 ATS in their last 26 games overall. The Kings are 3-7 ATS in their last 10 home games and 5-1 ATS in their last 6 games overall. The under is 4-1 in Cavaliers' last 5 road games. The under is 7-2 in Kings' last 9 overall. The Cavaliers are 0-6 ATS in the last 6 meetings. The Kings' pace will be an issue for the Cavs to handle, especially given their lack of recent depth. Not only do the Kings have a powerful offense and backcourt, but their frontcourt will be unstoppable against the Cavs' group of big guys up front. My second betting advice for that game is to pick over 223.5. Good luck to all of you. That's it for this video. Stay tuned and stay safe for the next betting tips and advice.